Well, he once said there was no shame in his game, but now Wayne County Circuit Judge Wade McCree is fighting to save his job and his career.
Today, the woman who was once his mistress testified about their numerous sexual encounters, including some in his chambers. Fox News' Charlie Langton joins us now with more on today's case. Charlie.
I tell you, we don't have enough time to talk about all the sex today. Yes, listen to Huel Sherry. Judge McCree might be the judge who had no shame in his game, but after today's hearing, the judge said Wade got played.
I asked him how he could be so stupid.
Stupid enough that Judge Wade McCree could lose his job. The star witness for the Judicial Tenure Commission, that's the fact-finding group for the Supreme Court, talked sex and more sex.
Between May and November of 2012, did you engage in sexual conduct with Judge McCree?
Yes, I did.
Numerous times?
Yes.
At least twice at the Westin Hotel?
Yes.
How about Judge McCree's marital home?
Yes.
How about your house?
Yes.
Janine Mott testified that she's pregnant today. But is it the judge's?
Ms. Mott, you were never pregnant with Judge McCree's child, were you?
Yes, indeed, I was.
Pardon me?
Yes, indeed.
You're not pregnant with his child now, are you?
I'm not answering any questions related to my pregnancy.
I'm sorry.
I'm not answering any questions relating to my pregnancy.
Well, you're not pregnant with his child, are you?
Objection asked and answered. She said yes, she was. Asking 3 times doesn't change things.
You're pregnant out right now with his child?
I'm not answering any questions related to my pregnancy.
Well, Judge, may I have answers to the questions? Well,
my pregnancy is protected by both HIPAA and doctor-patient confidentiality.
Judge, you have anything to say today? They said Judge Wade got played. Is that true, Judge?
No,
do you believe you got?
He's not going to make it.
Do you think you got played, Judge? But they said a lot of.
Are you the king of latex?
I'll tell you what, actually, Sharon Guy, an assistant prosecuting attorney, testified that, Wade McCree, the people love Judge McCree. Everybody loved Judge McCree. But after this testimony today, I don't know. That's really not the issue in front of the case, though, in front of the court.
Well, Charlie, there's a lot of testimony about sex. And even Judge McCree admits he had sex with this woman.
He admitted.
But the question is, did that influence his decisions?
Yeah, let's focus on the issue. The sex stuff is all really nice, but the issue is whether or not Judge McCree committed judicial malpractice or misconduct is what it is. Is he a bad judge? But here's the deal. There was testimony today from Janine Mott that said that the judge was supporting her financially, that the judge gave her $5,000 for a down payment on a house that the two of them supposedly were going to live together, but nevertheless. And here's the deal. The more money the judge could get for Janine Mott from child support from her baby daddy, the less money Judge McCree would have to pay. Therefore, it would appear, and I think this will be an issue here, that the judge has a vested interest in seeing that Janine Mott got money from child support, which was the case in front of the judge. That is bad. Now, Huel, tomorrow, we're going to hear from Judge McCree. And in the opening statements today, Judge McCree's lawyer, Brian Einhorn, said he's got a defense. It's called hypomania, which I think it's an impulse. I don't know if it's a legitimate diagnosis. We're going to have to find out.
Is that a sex addiction?
I don't know. Sherry, maybe you know about this more than I do.
I don't know personally, but
we're going to hear about it, the sex addiction. Now, whether or not we'll excuse what he did or whatever. Now, we also are going to hear he's on medication for this hypomania. That should come out as early as tomorrow. Stay tuned, as they say. It's going to get interesting.
I think you're enjoying taking part in this story. And
I'm just reporting the facts.
Okay.
We're reporting the facts.
It is an interesting case for sure.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Oh, yes.
Thanks, Charlie.
Thank you.